It's Tuesday morning. You wake up and reach for your phone. There's a red alert on your screen that makes your heart stop. All banks closed due to war emergency. Your accounts are frozen. You rush to the ATM down the street. The screen says, "Service not available." You try your debit card at the store, declined. You check your banking app, error message, your life savings, gone. Not stolen, just locked away where you can't touch it. This isn't some scary movie. This has happened before. In 2013, people in Cyprus woke up to find their banks closed. In Argentina, people couldn't get their money for months. During World War II, governments froze bank accounts across Europe. Right now, as I speak, tensions are rising around the world. Russia, China, North Korea, they're all making moves. The signs are there if you know where to look. When WW3 starts, banks will be the first thing to shut down. They always are. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a victim. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 simple steps to protect your money before the freeze hits. These steps could save your family's future. So stick with me, because what I'm about to share could be the most important thing you ever learn. You might think I'm being too dramatic. Banks don't just shut down, you say. That can't happen here. Well, let me tell you what happened to real people just like you. In 2013, Maria from Cyprus went to bed rich and woke up poor. She had $100,000 in her savings account. The next morning, the government took 40% of it. Gone. Just like that. They called it a bail-in. She called it theft. Maria couldn't pay her rent. She couldn't buy food for her kids. The bank had her money, but she couldn't touch it. In Argentina in 2001, Carlos had saved for 20 years to buy a house. He kept his money in the bank like a good citizen. Then the government froze all accounts. Carlos stood in line for hours just to get $250 per week. His dream house? Gone to someone who paid in cash. During World War II, it was even worse. In Germany, France, and across Europe, governments seized bank accounts overnight. Families who thought they were safe suddenly had nothing. The smart ones who saw it coming. They moved their money before it was too late. Here's what most people don't know. Your government already has the power to do this. It's called emergency banking powers. They used it in 1933 when Roosevelt closed all banks for a week. They can do it again. The difference between the people who survived these crises and those who didn't wasn't luck. It was preparation. They saw the warning signs that I'm about to show you. So what are the warning signs that a bank freeze is coming? They're happening right now, and most people are missing them completely. First, look at what's happening with banks. Silicon Valley Bank collapsed overnight. Credit Suisse, a bank that survived 2 world wars, went under in days. These weren't small banks. These were giants. And when giants fall, it means the whole system is shaking. Second, governments are getting ready for war. Russia is moving troops. China is building up its military. North Korea is testing missiles every week. The US is sending weapons everywhere. When countries prepare for war, they also prepare to control money. Third, they're already testing bank controls. Have you tried to take out more than $10,000 in cash lately? They ask a million questions. They want to know why you need it. Some banks now limit how much cash you can withdraw. They're training you to accept limits on your own money. Fourth, digital money is coming fast. Central bank digital currencies. That's government money they can turn off with a click. China already has it. Europe is testing it. The US is planning it. Once your money is all digital, they can freeze it instantly. Fifth, emergency laws are being passed quietly. New banking regulations, new emergency powers, new ways for governments to take control during a crisis. They're not waiting for the emergency. They're preparing for it now. The smart money is already moving. Rich people are buying gold. They're opening accounts in other countries. They're getting their money out before the trap closes. But here's the scary part. When the freeze actually happens, it won't come with a warning. It will happen overnight, just like it did in Cyprus and Argentina. One day, everything is normal. The next day, your money is gone. Let me paint you a picture of what happens when the bank freeze hits. This isn't made up. This is exactly what happened in other countries. It's 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. You're making coffee when your phone starts screaming with an emergency alert. All banking services stopped due to national emergency. Stay calm and await further instructions. You think it's a mistake. You open your banking app, error message. You try calling the bank, busy signal. You drive to the ATM, black screen, service unavailable. By 8 a.m., panic starts. People are lined up at every ATM in town, but none of them work. The grocery store can't take credit cards. Gas stations are cash only. Your paycheck that was supposed to hit today? Gone into thin air. By noon, the stores are emptying. People are fighting over the last loaves of bread. Why? Because nobody has cash, and that's the only thing stores will take now. Your neighbor who always seemed prepared is walking out with carts full of food. You're walking out with nothing because your money is trapped in a computer. By evening, your kids are asking why there's no food in the fridge. Your elderly parents need their heart medicine, but the pharmacy won't take your insurance card. It only works through the banking system, and that's dead. Within 48 hours, trucks stop delivering food to stores. Why would they? They can't get paid. Gas stations run dry. Hospitals start turning people away unless they can pay cash up front. This is when you realize the horrible truth. In our modern world, if you can't access your money, you can't survive. Everything, food, shelter, medicine, gas, requires payment. And payment requires a working banking system. The people who make it through this nightmare are the ones who prepared before it happened. They had cash hidden at home. They had gold and silver. They had food stored up. They saw it coming and got ready. The question is, are you going to be one of them? Okay, enough scary stuff. Let's talk about how to protect yourself. The first rule is simple. If you can't hold it in your hands, you don't really own it. Start with cash. I know what you're thinking. Cash loses value to inflation. You're right. But when banks freeze, cash is king. You need at least 3 months of expenses in physical cash at home. If you spend $3,000 a month, you need $9,000 in cash hidden safely. Where do you hide it? Not under your mattress. Get a good fireproof safe. Put some cash there. Hide smaller amounts in different places around your house. Think like a criminal trying to rob you. Where would they not look? Old coffee cans, inside books, taped under drawers. Spread it around. Next, get some gold and silver coins, not jewelry. Coins. American eagles, Canadian maples, basic stuff people recognize. Gold holds its value when paper money becomes worthless. Silver is better for smaller purchases. You can't buy groceries with a gold bar, but you can with silver coins. Start small. Buy 1 silver coin this week, then 1 gold coin next month. Build slowly. Don't go crazy and spend everything at once. The goal is steady building. Other things that hold value: tools, medicine, food that lasts years. These aren't investments. They're insurance. When money fails, people trade real things for real things. A wrench might be worth more than a $100 bill. Here's the key. Store everything in different places. Some cash at home, some gold in a safe deposit box in another town, some silver hidden at a trusted friend's house. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Remember, banks can freeze numbers on a screen. They can't freeze what's in your hands. Cash and gold are great, but smart people don't stop there. You need to spread your money across different systems, so if one fails, you still have others. First, try credit unions instead of big banks. Credit unions are owned by members, not shareholders. They're smaller and local. When big banks freeze, credit unions might still work. Find one in your area and open a small account. Second, consider banks in other countries. I know this sounds crazy, but it's legal. If US banks freeze, maybe Swiss banks won't. Maybe Canadian banks will still work. Start simple. Some online banks let you open foreign accounts. Research this carefully and follow all the rules. Third, Bitcoin and crypto. I'm not saying put everything in Bitcoin. I'm saying put some. When governments control regular money, they can't control Bitcoin as easily. Get a hardware wallet. That's like a USB drive for your crypto. Keep it safe. Start with just $100 worth and learn how it works. Fourth, find local alternatives. Some communities have local currencies or barter networks. Join them now, before you need them. Build relationships with people who grow food, fix things, provide services. When regular money fails, these networks keep working. Fifth, think about productive assets. That means things that make money or provide value. A small rental property. A business that provides essential services. Solar panels that cut your electric bill. These keep working even when banks don't. The key is, don't put everything in one place. Spread it around. Some in regular banks, some in credit unions, some in other countries, some in crypto, some in local networks. When one system breaks, you have backup systems ready to go. Protecting your money is good. But what if your job disappears when the crisis hits? You need ways to make money that work even when the system breaks down. Think about what people will always need: food, water, shelter, safety, healthcare. If you can provide these things, you'll always have income. Learn to grow food, even if it's just tomatoes in your backyard. When food gets expensive, people will pay for fresh vegetables. Start a small garden now. Learn what works. When crisis hits, expand it. Learn to fix things: cars, appliances, plumbing, electrical work. When people can't afford to buy new stuff, they need someone to fix the old stuff. Take a basic repair class at your local community college. Learn first aid and basic medical skills. When hospitals get overwhelmed, people need help at home. A simple first aid course could become a valuable skill. Stock up on bandages, medicines, basic supplies. Consider essential services: water purification, solar panel installation, home security, food preservation. These skills will be in high demand when normal systems fail. Build relationships now. Join local groups. Help your neighbors. When crisis comes, people hire people they trust. Be the person everyone knows and likes. Start small. Pick one skill and get good at it. Then add another. Don't try to learn everything at once. The goal isn't to become a full-time farmer or electrician tomorrow. The goal is to have backup ways to make money when your regular job might not exist anymore. People with useful skills always find a way to survive. Here's the truth most people miss. The richest person, when everything collapses, isn't the one with the most gold. It's the one with the most friends. Money can disappear overnight, but good relationships last forever. The family that helps each other survives. The neighborhood that works together thrives. Start building your survival network now. Talk to your neighbors. Find out what skills they have. The mechanic next door, the nurse down the street, the farmer outside town. These people are more valuable than gold when crisis hits. Share what you know. Help others prepare too. Don't be the selfish person who hoards everything. Be the person who brings people together. Join local groups: church, community center, volunteer organizations. Build trust before you need it. Remember, no one survives alone. The strongest fortresses in history fell when people inside fought each other. The weakest villages survived when everyone worked together. Your network is your net worth when everything else fails. Start today, don't wait. Every day you delay is another day closer to crisis. The choice is yours. Be ready or be a victim. Choose wisely.